Hello and welcome to another episode of My Two Cents, the show where I give you my feedback on lots of different random stuff. Today we'll be talking about the crime drama series Gracepoint, and you can catch it for free on the YouTube channel All Drama. So I highly recommend you check it out. It's a 10-episode mini-series, about 45 minutes per episode, definitely worth the time. So it's got the same premise as the original British drama series called Broadchurch, which I haven't seen, so I can't make that comparison. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. So I don't want to say too much about it because I do highly recommend you watch it, but it's set in a small fishing town, sort of a small coastal town, and it opens with the murder of a 12-year-old boy. So the interesting part is that we've got the same main actor. So the man who plays Detective Emmett Carver is called David Tennant, and he plays the detective in both the British Broadchurch and in the American Gracepoint. So I thought that was kind of neat. And his co-star, Anna Gunn, plays Detective Ellie Miller. I think they've got great on-screen chemistry. They've got this sort of love-hate, more so maybe hate relationship, but it's really neat to watch and unfold. So I thought all the characters were really well developed, and every single episode, except maybe one, ends on a cliffhanger. So I thought that was great. It really made me want to just actually jump to the next episode. And, you know, it's a good thing nowadays that we can do that. We can just go to the next episode and just kind of binge watch, because if it were back in the day and you'd have to wait till the next day or the following week to watch that next episode, well, some of you might remember how we would be, writing it down in our calendar, or, making sure that we were home and available to watch that next episode. So definitely that kind of show. So basically, it opens with the murder of this 12-year-old boy, and they don't really have the capacity in town to investigate this. So they call in a Detective Emmett Carver, from New York City, from the big city. So he's got a lot more experience in dealing with these types of cases. And he also has a bit of his own past and history, which I won't get into, which leads him to end up coming to Gracepoint. So he's paired with Detective Ellie Miller, and so you've got this really small town where barely anything ever happens, like great place to raise kids. You've got like the old sea captain character, who like organizes this group, takes the town boys whale watching, and all these kinds of like neat little things. So this detective from the big city, with his sort of big city attitude and surliness, he comes in and he's calling all the shots. So he's going around town asking questions, and of course, as much as they're trying to keep it quiet, the local media gets a hold of this, and the story just kind of blows up. So everyone is a suspect. Everyone's dirty laundry is just getting aired out. And, the whole time you're really suspecting everyone, because everyone, it seems, has like some sort of like a lewd past or some sort of sordid history that really just makes you wonder about them in some way, shape, or form. So some of the most interesting characters that stood out to me was you've got the town pastor, who you're kind of wondering if he's a pedophile. Could he have hurt the boy? And then you've got the sea captain, and you're sort of wondering what's going on there. And then you've got the sort of town, sort of weird outcast lady who lives kind of, in the outskirts, in a trailer. Nothing wrong with living in a trailer. It's just, within the context of how they set it in the show. She's just kind of like that weird lady. So you've just got all these really colorful characters, and everyone seems to have some sort of, it just seems like everyone could be involved in some way. And then when you realize just how close-knit all these people are within the town, you really just start to suspect everyone, even down to the murdered boy's best friend, who's also like an 11 or 12-year-old boy, because everyone's just acting so weirdly. So are they acting strangely because they know something, or are they just acting strangely because of the stress and trauma and, understandable? You get another character who comes in, a big city reporter. She comes in, kind of seduces the small town reporter, who's the nephew of Detective Ellie Carver. So here you start to see just how deep the tentacles go within the town and just how close everything overlaps, and you've got these layers, right? So when you like an onion, as they would say, and when you start to peel them back, you start to reveal the sort of levels of truth. But I mean, what is truth, right? This this show is like, it's almost like a head game, but it's a fun head game. It's one that you enjoy, and it really just lets you take it. You just let it take you along for the ride. It's a lot of fun. So if you're liking my video so far, please do give it a like, a subscribe to my channel, and a share. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and it lets me know that you're enjoying my content. So just to wrap up, the show really keeps you guessing. There's great chemistry between the two main characters, the two detectives. And although the female detective is married, you like almost want these two to hook up, because you're like, they're just such polar opposites, but they've got this kind of, interesting way that they sort of connect. And I'm not going to say anything more about that, because that sort of leads into the ending. There's lots of twists and turns, especially at the end. And I will tell you, if you guess who the murderer was, that would be amazing, because this show just takes you down so many winding roads, and I did not see it coming. So I highly recommend you check out this show, Gracepoint, and put some comments down in my comment section below. Let me know what you thought of it, or if you've already seen it, or if you've seen Broadchurch, let me know what you thought of that. Do you recommend I watch it? So until next time, thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.